Hello, my name is Daniela and today I will show you how to make this spiral rope bracelet. And not to forget, for those who watch my videos, I have a special discount code for bead crochet patterns in my Etsy shop. With this code you will get 50% off all patterns. It's valid for 1 week only. So as you can see, this spiral consists of two parts, a central core, which is this orange, and an outer spiral. It's made of all these purple beads. I will need Preciosa seed beads size 10. I chose two colors so you can better see where the core is and where the outer spiral is. So I will use this orange color for the core and this purple combined with 3mm pink bicones for the outer spiral. Next we need a needle. I'm going to use John James needle size 11 and a bead and thread. This is Eslon in beige color. I will also use a stub bead, and I finished the bracelet with this beautiful toggle clasp. And of course, scissors are a must. So I cut a comfortable length of the thread, thread the needle, and I put on my stub bead and go through my stub bead twice, and I leave a tail long enough so I can attach a clasp and weave the thread in. And I pick up 4 orange core beads. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Slide them down to my stub bead. Now I pick up 2 purple beads, 1 pink bicone, and again another 2 purple beads. All this for the outer spiral. And now I circle through the core beads and I hold the outer spiral with my thumb of my left hand to keep the work from tangling. Now I pick up 1 orange core bead, slide it down to my beadwork, pick up 2 purple beads, 1 bicone and another 2 purple beads, and I go with my needle through the last 4 orange core beads. Always go with our needle through the last 4 beads. This rule is easy to remember because you simply pass the needle through as many core beads as you strung in the first step. For example, if you started with 3 core beads, you would always thread the needle through 3 core beads, and so on. Okay, so I would like to give you some useful tips on this spiral. When you choose the beads, needle and thread for the spiral, you need to consider that you will be pulling the thread through the beads that will form the core at least 5 times. This means that the core beads must have a large enough hole, and you must also use a special thin beading needle and thin thread. As for the amount of beads, consider that you will need at least 4 times as many beads for the outer spiral as for the core. So make sure you have enough beads. I would definitely like to point out that this is a good idea to hold the outer spiral with your left hand if you are right-handed, because it's important to put each new spiral on top of the previous one. If you don't do this, your beadwork will probably get very confused and tangled very quickly. If this happens to you, the easiest thing to do is to undo the steps until your beadwork looks correct and then start again. This spiral has both ends the same, so if you put the spiral down during the work and then forget where you started and where you ended, it doesn't matter at all. You can continue sewing at both ends. Also, this spiral is very versatile and you can easily change its appearance depending on which beads you use. There are no limits to the imagination and you can really achieve an effect that looks very complicated at first glance. Yet sewing such a spiral is simple and suitable for beginners. You can experiment with the size and number of beads. For example, a multicolored core and a single colored outer spiral looks nice too. It looks very nice. You don't have to use seed beads for the outer spiral. You can replace them with bugle beads. It also looks amazing. There are really no limits to your imagination. Okay, so I have achieved the desired length of the bracelet and now I will attach the clasp. The bracelet has about 18 centimeters. I will use the same thread to sew the clasp on, but I want to make sure that if I ever need to change the clasp and cut it off, the spiral doesn't start to fray. That's why I weave the thread into the beadwork and make some knots to secure it. Now I go back to the end of the spiral, through the core beads, put on some seed beads. I put on 7 seed beads, I think it's enough. I put on a clasp and go through the last bead again. So it will form a loop here. And I go through the loop 1 or 2 more times, so I'm sure it's very secure. And now I weave the thread in and cut it. And I do exactly the same with the other end of the spiral. So, it didn't even take that long and we are done. This is one of those easier projects that you can easily do it in the evening while watching TV. Like when you want to make a quick birthday present for a friend. These spirals look very beautiful and intricate, yet they are not difficult to make at all. They are not even that time consuming. So how do you like it? Are you going to make one too? Let me know down in the comments below the video. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed it and see you next time. Bye!